Welcome to our final edition of Highliner News. I'm Leah.
And I'm Kinley. At the beginning of May, one student traveled to Washington, D.C. for Poetry Out Loud Nationals. Reporter Leah Hokter shares her experience.
Poetry Out Loud is a national program that encourages high schoolers to learn about poetry through recitation and memorization. This year was their 20th anniversary, and I got the opportunity to attend. So how did I get there? After winning the state competition, I was given 2 months to prepare for the national competition. On Monday, May 5th, I woke up before 5 a.m. so my family and I could drive to Fargo to be ready for our 7:30 a.m. flight. After getting to Chicago, we boarded our plane to what we thought would be Washington, D.C. However, because of weather, we were redirected to Pittsburgh and had to stay there for 12 hours. After the delay, we ended up in Washington, D.C. at around 3:30 a.m., which was only 13 hours after our scheduled time. On Tuesday, I woke up to get ready for competition. Luckily, my round was later in the day, so I did get to sleep in. Once I got to the listener auditorium, we did a brief mic check and then we were off to competition. After the 2 rounds of competition, the top 8 students in that round were selected for the final round, where they got to recite a 3rd poem. From there, 3 students were selected for the final round, hosted Wednesday. Wednesday morning, my family and I got to do some sightseeing around Washington, D.C.
"100 guys versus that."
After a long day, we were headed back to the listener auditorium for the final round. Before the final round began, every state champion got to stand up and say what state they represented. The 2025 Poetry Out Loud National Champion was from Pennsylvania. Thursday morning, we headed back to Reagan Airport to head home. I really enjoyed this opportunity, and I would not change any second of it, except maybe the 13-hour flight delay, for the world. Reporting for Highliner News, this is Leah Hokter.
We've all had a school moment that stuck with us. Reporter Mike and Madsen grabbed a few seniors' favorite memories.
When Colton Griebel got yelled at by Mr. Starr for calling him Waylon in class.
My favorite high school memory was freshman year out in the courthouse lawn during lunch period. We decided to throw a big stick around and Colton got in the most trouble for it.
Probably the year when Jamel Willie was here, because he'd bring juice to every class, and it was pretty funny because he'd always get yelled at for it.
I have to say when we were in a hack and Jay Levon choked on a Lucky Charm, and an ambulance was called, and she was like acting hysterical. That was kind of funny. She was all right though.
My favorite school memory was probably homecoming week because there was a lot going on and I got to spend time with my friends.
My favorite school memory is 7th and 8th grade breakfast table. A lot of things were said. A lot of things will not be said again.
My favorite school memory would have to be state basketball this year. It was a lot of fun to hang out with our team and to pull off the upset.
Reporting for Highliner News, this is Mike and Madsen.
Time for a teacher quiz with reporter Corbin Powell.
Which VCHS teacher washed semi-trucks by hand in high school? Before working at VCHS, whose favorite job was working at a care center doing laundry? Which employee at VCHS worked as a high ropes course facilitator? Before working at VCHS, which teachers saw themselves becoming a veterinarian? In college, which VCHS teacher helped dig graves? Before becoming a teacher at VCHS, who worked on an organic farm hand-picking weeds for a summer?
Reporter Ashlyn Hartzell has a sweet story for you.
Welcome back to Highliner Food Network. I'm Ashlyn.
And I'm Avery.
Today we're trying 7 different candies that we've never tried before. First, we're going to be trying freeze-dried sour worms.
Okay.
Wait, you got to try them at the same time. I said wait.
Okay. Ready?
2, 1.
Very crunchy.
I don't like them.
Yeah, I give this a 6.
Okay, what do you give it?
Probably a 4.
A 4 out of 10? Okay. I'll give it a 6 out of 10. I think I'd eat it if I had to, but I wouldn't buy it. Now we're trying the salted caramel Butterfinger. Do you like Butterfingers?
Not that much.
Not that much. There's 2 in here, so we both get 1, okay?
Okay.
Cheers.
This is a 10.
A 10?
I just can't eat the nut, like, inside it.
Why?
Because it's way too hard.
There's no nuts in here.
The sentence hard in there.
It's peanut butter.
Oh.
I give it an 8 out of 10. What do you give it?
A 10.
A 10?
10 out of 10.
Next?
Next, we're gonna have the Jolly Rancher Gummy Sour.
So what do you think you're gonna give it?
A 6.
A 6. 6 out of 10?
A 6 solid. A solid 6.
A solid 6. I'll give it a solid 6 too. Do you know what 6 out of 10 means? Just a solid 6, not a 6 out of 10.
Yeah.
Okay. Cheers.
Cheers.
What did you give the Jolly Ranchers?
A 10.
A 10? Okay, I give it a 9. Next we have pecan Snickers. Okay, cheers.
Mmm.
What do you rate it?
A 10.
A 10? You got some sticking out of your mouth there.
We got Sweet Tarts, gummies.
Okay, cheers.
Cheers.
What do you rate it?
10.
10? I give it 10 too. It's pretty good.
Okay.
Now we're gonna try the peanut butter and jelly Reese's strawberry jelly.
It is a king size.
I'm aware. Do you think you'll like this one?
No.
No?
It probably tastes disgusting.
Disgusting? Well, I'm not a big fan of jelly, so I don't think
I'm just gonna get a 0 out of a 1. A 0 out of a 1.
0 out of a 1? What does that mean?
That's disgusting.
Here's yours.
Oh my gosh, why is this a king size?
Cheers. It's weird.
I know.
What do you give it?
A solid 1.
Solid 1. Hey, wait. Are you gonna say this one?
So we got the Reese's Caramel Big Cup.
Yeah, but what is it?
Candy.
It's king size.
It's king size.
I have to open my own. Okay, thanks.
You're big girl.
Aren't you too?
It's about your bedtime. Go put on your footy pajamas. It's another day, another deal. Okay, let's eat now.
Cheers. Cheers. What do you rate it?
I would have a 5.
You don't like it? You just took half a bite. You took a whole bite of that thing.
Probably 8.
8. Yeah. I don't think caramel and peanut butter go well together. So which one is your favorite?
Probably this one.
Yeah. I think my favorite one is this one too.
I'll just take these.
For Highliner News, this is Ashton Hartzell.
Reporter Jack Samuelson shares his ICDC DECA experience.
On Friday, April 25th, the Valley City DECA chapter departed from Petro Serve at 4:30 a.m. We flew out of Fargo at 7 a.m., connected in Minneapolis, and arrived in Orlando, Florida at 2:11 p.m. After checking in at the Embassy Suites by Hilton on International Drive, we had time to settle into our rooms, explore the area near the hotel, swim, work on homework, and check out some nearby restaurants. On Saturday, April 26th, we spent the day at the beach. That evening, we attended the DECA General Session at 8:30 p.m., where students from all over the country gathered for the opening of the conference. After the session, we met as a state for the North Dakota State meeting and continued to prepare for competition. On Sunday, April 27th, we began practicing at 8:20 a.m. to prepare for our preliminary competition. The official preliminary rounds began at 8:40 a.m. for several of our members. Others had event testing and briefings in the afternoon. All students were required to wear professional dress and carry their DECA IDs during free time. We visited local attractions like Wonderworks, Mirror Maze, and Mini Golf, and also used time to complete schoolwork. On Monday, April 28th, everyone who was not competing that day spent time around Orlando checking stuff out or relaxing at the hotel. That evening, we attended DECA night at Universal Studios from 5 to 11 p.m. On Tuesday, April 29th, we attended the Achievement Awards ceremony at 8 a.m., followed by final rounds of competition. We were given the opportunity to visit Disney's Hollywood Studios. The day concluded with the Grand Awards ceremony at 8:30 p.m., and the final North Dakota DECA meeting took place at 11:30 p.m. On Wednesday, April 30th, we packed all our stuff and checked out of the hotel around noon and returned home. We arrived in Fargo by 7:55 p.m. and back at PetroServe in Valley City by approximately 9 p.m. The trip was a great experience for everyone involved and provided opportunities to explore Orlando and connect with DECA members from all around the country.
Next school year will be here before you know it, and with that, all the fall sports and activities will be upon us once again. Whether you are an incoming 7th grader or going into your last year of high school, fall is the perfect time to try out a new sport or activity. Reporter Corbin Powell breaks down what is available in the fall.
Kicking things off with football, open to all students at VCHS. Next up is volleyball, a sport all about communication and hustle. Prefer something a little bit slower paced? Join girls golf. Do you enjoy running and pushing yourself? Check out either girls or boys cross country.
Looking for a sport that combines athleticism and patience? Try out boys tennis this fall.
Aren't into sports? Band and choir are perfect for students who love music and performing. Student council and student congress is where the leadership happens, from planning out school events to sharing your voice as a student. Finally, there's theater. Whether you want to act, design, or help backstage, there's a role for everyone.
After 8 years, Mrs. Beatty is leaving VCHS.
Reporters Kinley Suffolk and Faith Schmidt bring you the story.
I'm going to miss the people. I'll miss the students. There's just so many that I've been close to. There's some staff that I think are going to be forever friends. There's really good people here in Valley City, and I am just very thankful that I got to be a part of it for 8 years. One of my favorite memories is taking the high school team to World Robotics. That was really fun, and then it was the opening of, I think it was the Endgame, and so we went to the IMAX theater at midnight and got to go watch that. That was really fun. Next steps, I will be teaching at Griggs County Central in Cooperstown and doing career advisor, which is kind of like Ms. Egam's job with except it's called career advisor because I don't have a counseling degree. And it'll be less counseling. So it'll just be making sure all the students can graduate, they have the right credits, working on scholarships. I'm doing a senior seminar class so they can, figure out how to do scholarships and resumes and what to do with life and how college works and, all those things like that. And then also doing some career exploration with junior high kids and teaching a couple STEM classes. So that's what my new job is. And I will be in the same town as my daughter, and my son will live close by. He's on our old farm. And they both have babies, which are my grandbabies, and my daughter's having twins. So yeah, it's gonna be a fun summer. Probably see these new twins that are coming, the little girl and little boy. So that's what I'm most excited for. But I think it'll be fun just to be in the vicinity that they can call up and say, hey, meet us at the park in 5 minutes, and you can just go and have half hour of fun time, and I think that's going to be spectacular.
Highlander News has been a huge part of VCHS over the years. Reporter Leah Hokter shares the impact it has had on students.
The 2024-2025 school year marks the 8-year anniversary of Highlander News. Highlander News first started to replace the current school newspaper with modern media. Over the past 8 years, Highlander News has produced 166 episodes and had 122 student reporters. Throughout its runtime, Highlander News has aimed to educate viewers with fun and informational stories recorded by students. Many students have been inspired by Highlander News and the creative outlet it provides. Over the years of watching Highlander News as a student, I wanted to create my own version. With the most respect, I started Highlighter News on my own YouTube channel. Highlighter News is a satirical take on Highlander News. I love making and editing the videos and poking lighthearted fun at Highlander News. What is your favorite part about Easter?
My favorite thing about Easter is the food and the Easter dinner that my family has every year.
But I soon came to join the class itself. Becoming part of multimedia was a great decision. Multimedia has provided the students involved with skills that are extremely useful throughout their lives. Highliner News has made an impact on so many students. Thank you, Mrs. Belke, for sharing Highliner News with Valley City High School. We will miss you immensely. Reporting for the last time, this is Leah Hokter.
Thank you for joining us for our final edition of Highliner News. I'm Kinley.
And I'm Leah.
Sometimes life isn't about waiting for the storm to pass. It's about learning to get in the